everyone, and happy Sunday, or whatever day it is that you're watching this. I am teaching you today how I make my very favorite flax crackers. I love to load them up with raw cheeses, which I will be sharing on here as well, and many other delights. But first, let's get started. So in here, I have about two and a half cups of flax seed that I've been soaking probably for about 4 hours, 5 hours. You want to soak them for about 4 to 8 hours, and it's going to get a really slimy, mucigenous kind of appearance to it, and it's going to absorb a lot of the water as well. And we're not going to bother draining it. There's no point, because it's going to be all slimy thanks to the beautiful healing properties of the flax seeds. We're just going to leave it in a big bowl and start adding some yummy stuff. I always like to make carrot juice. You can get this at your Freshie store or any juice store, or just use your juicer. 1 cup of carrot juice. We're going to add that. This gives us our vitamin A and a beautiful rich color and that kind of flavor that builds a depth to the crackers. I also have some of the carrot pulp, about a cup here, that we're going to add in there too. I like orange, yummy, delicious stuff, and the more carrot pulp we add in, we get the fiber and the nutrient part of the carrots as well. In here, I have 1 heaping teaspoon of cumin, 1 heaping teaspoon of turmeric, 1 heaping teaspoon of paprika, and 1 very heaping teaspoon of salt. Anyone who knows me knows I love my salt. So you could take all those down a notch to just a teaspoon, unless you're me and you like to get super creative. So we're gonna add those seasoning in. I also like to add seaweed into everything I make. So today we are adding dulse. Dulse has a nice, beautiful taste to it, kind of a salty texture, and it's super good for the thyroid gland and all that other stuff. I don't measure, I just always pour. If you don't like the taste of seaweed, then just don't add this. Here I have finely chopped green onion and garlic. Probably about 4 green onions, including pretty much the whites. And then probably, how much garlic did I use? I think it was 4 cloves of garlic. Again, go back and forth with what you like. I really like strong tasting crackers. I like strong tasting everything. I really like that bold flavor. Next I have parsley. Not just any parsley. This is parsley that I dehydrated from my garden last year. So super fresh. Oh my God, that smells good. I like to add it to pretty much anything that has any kind of vegan cheese I'm going to serve with it, because parsley gives it that kind of ranch flavoring. Probably do about 1.5 teaspoons. This is again optional. If you have fresh parsley, you could use some of that too. There's always got to be a holistic kick to why I do things. So today we're focusing on milk thistle. Thistle is one of my absolute favorite modalities. Or not modalities, favorite herbs to use. It has a constituent in it that helps the liver regenerate 4 times faster than it normally would on its own. And we always think of the liver, something that has to work just when we're drinking alcohol, but the liver is actually always being our alchemist, always sorting out our proteins, carbohydrates, our fats. And for those of us who have more of a standard American diet, milk thistle is very needed in your life. So it's a very, very powerful herb, and it's the seed that's the most powerful. So milk thistle seed. The next one I'm doing is he shu wu extract. It's a Chinese medicine that is a beautiful root that literally works on the entire body, every system: immune system, endocrine system, reproductive system. It's just super balancing, super great for you. And it has a really pleasant kind of, it's a mild flavor, but it has a bit of a smokiness that, combined with the cumin and the carrots, is actually quite amazing. So we're gonna put a teaspoon of he shu wu in there as well. So those three are our medicines: milk thistle, hishiwu, dulse. All herbs are medicines. It's very important when you do get your herbs and spices that you make sure they're non-irradiated, because if they go through that process and you buy them just at the store, they've lost their qualities. And you know, any spice is a concentrated form of the plant, so it could be your best remedy. Black pepper. Fresh ground black pepper has the constituent pepperine in it, and my favorite part about that is it increases the bioavailability of all of the medicines we put in these crackers today. So it's just going to add a little bit of my favorite flavoring, but it's also going to make everything else that much easier. So you have a big bowl, and as you can see, it's kind of got that slime. I use my hands. You could use literally a spoon or anything. It's nice to get in touch with your food though. So we're gonna mix this up until basically it's a big slimy ball. And then we're going to score it and put it in our dehydrator. If you don't have a dehydrator, the oven works good. Just put it on the lowest temperature and make sure you set it, actually what I would do if I were you is just put the door open a crack. So you can see this rich color. You will see it because I will share some pictures, but I also will bring this camera closer. So what we're gonna do next is we're going to put this, sorry, I have a big chunk of carrot pulp. We're going to put this on Flax sheets and spread it out till it's quite thin, but there's no holes in it. If you don't have a dehydrator and you don't have Flax sheets, use parchment paper and just use a baking tray and use your oven at the lowest temperature. Alrighty, so here I have a dehydrator tray. I've got my Flax sheet on it. This amount that we made probably is enough for 3 sheets. And then basically you just want to spread it out. Again, I use my hands, you don't have to. These are for me. I don't intend on sharing them. So we're gonna spread it out just so there's no breakages or holes in it. I like to try and make it a square even though we're gonna score it anyhow. And that just smells delicious, especially with those green onions. Alrighty, probably could use just a touch more. There we go. Just a big glob. There we go. So once you have this spread out, you're gonna take just a little butter knife, and I just like to kind of cut scores through it. This is just gonna make it really easy to kind of break it up when we're done. And these crackers don't just need to be used as crackers. You can kind of use them as little sandwiches, make little raw vegan sliders if you want. The benefit of keeping everything at a nice low temperature is you save all the enzymes, so you get the full benefit and nutrients of the food that's here. Thank you for joining me, everybody. Got a very slimy hand. I hope you enjoyed this little video and have a great day. So once you have these all scored and put together, you're going to dehydrate them for probably about 8 to 12 hours at the lowest temperature. Just keep checking on it. When it's dry on the top, you can flip it over and peel off the Flax sheet and then dry until it's completely dried. And they will stay quite a long time if you keep them in the freezer, and a couple weeks in airtight container on your counter if you don't eat them all at once. Have a great